Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I'm your host along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Woo! And Tracy Lords. Yes. New wave hookahs. I got new t-shirts. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to detach eventually from your narcissistic relationship, the past, the ruminating, all of this. It's almost like a ghost, or fucking with your haunted house of mind, right? You cannot exorcise this demon from your mind. Now, I'm not saying that a narcissistic person is a demon, but behaviors are what is considered evil, and I know that you went through some evil shit, okay? Also, I've been listening to videos lately on different religions and stuff, and listening up on sadism. It's all about narcissistic behavior. Not just narcissists, by the way. The majority of people have the mindset of me and mine and fuck y'all. Okay? So shut up with the I'm an empath, because not all of you are walking the earth trying to care for every single person out there in distress. Okay? Shut up. All right. Now, about detaching, I have gone through this myself. Red Bull. I went through this myself, breaking up with some people that I did have a strong attachment to, and not having the skills to actually detach from the memory. And even wanting revenge or trying to make them jealous, all the things that you guys have done in the past, doing the glow ups. And this is all before social media as well. Not all of it, but, my Gen Z ass has, Gen Z, I wish, Gen X ass has been through, the different levels of breakup, and not even being able to stalk your person. Anyway, so detaching, do not stalk your ex. Okay, number one, do not stalk your ex. Number two, if you do not have a business on social media or anything, go dark on social media. Make everything private, okay? Because I know that it's very tempting to want your ex to stalk you, and we usually do, okay? And you play the game of look at me, I'm not hurt, or look at me, I'm hurt. Or you smear the shit out of your narcissistic person from your perspective of the relationship, as we know, and people say, all over the internet now, I don't know if people have gotten shamed and shit, but now they're like, not everybody's a narcissist. It's like, well, you fucking threw that name around all over the place when you wanted to get your likes and shit. Now they're not fucking all narcissists. Yeah, they were never all narcissists, but any toxic, abusive behavior person in your life, okay? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. We just want to detach from these people. Me. Remember, I always use language that distance myself from the disorder. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to brainwash you. I'm brainwashing myself. All right? All right. So, first of all, you are in disbelief that this is happening. And you have to actually do the research and everything to understand that you did go through a toxic relationship, that this isn't normal for you. Going through that part, and getting out of the denial, because sometimes you're going to be thinking like, maybe it wasn't all that bad. You're compartmentalizing the bad with the good and everything. Please make pros and cons lists about them, their behavior, things like that. Please read about coercive control. See if there was something insidious going on. And not every person with a mental health disorder knows 100% of what they're doing all the time. So this also gets into, you know how to segue and shit, but you know how this gets into, do they know right from wrong? I know what is my truth. And my truth is gaslighting the fuck out of my own self, okay? And I believe that I'm justified in all of my behaviors. So that is my right, and it is your wrong. All right? Okay. But anyway, so first you have to get out of that denial bullshit. Okay? You say, yeah, this fucking happened to me. All right? Then you please, this is so important, and I think the hardest thing to do is you have to lose all hope. You have to lose all hope. Hope that they're going to get better. Hope that they're going to get therapy. Hope that they're going to date a new person and see that you were grade A supply. Grade A supply. You were the best. You're the one that, they should, You have to get rid of that hope. Once the hope is gone, it is so much easier to move forward. You're like cutting that energetic cord. You have to, what did I write here? You have to stop wanting to change yourself for them, okay? You have to change to better yourself. I've gone through this too. Usually, because, I have a false self, so I'm always trying to, use my chameleon abilities to become who this person thinks that I need to be to have them in their life, and I can tune that frequency to, keep you around or whatever. And I think some of you guys try that too, and you end up losing yourself. Since I'm just throwing on different costumes all the time, it's like normal to me, but it's not normal for you. It's not normal for you to, lose yourself. Myself is lost already. So changing shit up, and you're becoming somebody that you don't recognize in the mirror. All right, so don't do that. Okay. Another thing is remove all visual memories of this person, box them up, put them away, or, if it's too difficult for you to throw things away. I found out that an ex fucking threw away all my shit after we broke up. I was devastated. The gifts and any memory shit or things that, I was like, what? When I fucking have a, shrine for this fuck. I was like, what? But, as you know, narcissistic people, we do like to keep trophies or memorabilia of our, serial killer kills. But, it's I want to have a memory that this actually happened, that somebody actually cared about me. I don't care if it's dark side of the force thinking or just the nostalgia of the thing. Okay, it's a memory. And but it is easier to get this shit out. And I have done that too. I've boxed up stuff after the fact and been like, and you don't have these triggers all the time. So even though I'm heartbroken, it's good. It's good to get rid of this shit, okay? I hate that. Okay, anyway. A narcissist is hyper-focused on their own needs. There is no us. It's a you and a me. I'm going to burp. There is no bonding with the other. I'm telling you, excuse me, howdy. I'm telling you these things because so you don't so you get yourself out of this fucking fantasy in this pink cloud, okay? So a narcissist fears that they will lose themselves if they do allow, vulnerabilities and for you to get inside. Sometimes a cluster B may let you inside and then they kick your ass out. You are evicted. I let you in and now you're fucking gone, and you're like, what? What the hell's going on? And you know that we're playing this game with our inner children, and it's like being kicked out of home. This person is your home because we resemble something that you may have grown up with. I'm not saying a blanketed statement that this is with everyone. You could have had the perfect fucking grown-up life and whatever, and some psychopath came in as Prince Charming and then fucked your whole world upside down, and now you're homeless. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about you who see this person as your home and that you are reliving your childhood because you want to change it this time and make it work out. And unfortunately, because both of you were unaware at the time, it doesn't work out. It's just Groundhog Day over and over and over again. You know what? I heard the director said that Groundhog Day, he woke up like 6,000 times before shit worked out. We only see him do it like 10, 12 times or whatever, but it's like 6,000. So do you want to make up, break up 6,000 times until you both learn your bullshit? I'm sure you're like, hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay. So for a narcissist, people cannot be trusted. This is what we learned in childhood. I'm sure that some of you also have dealt with that. That's why when you're with a narcissistic person, you cannot trust a narcissistic person. You're reliving your trauma all over again with this person. A narcissist is safe on their island of one. So they are going to push you out emotionally. They're safe within themselves. They don't have to divulge anything that's going on with them. They're going to blame you for their own feelings and stuff. A lot of us cannot even get to the root cause of why we are feeling this way. It's something from our past, PTSD from our past, that we are projecting in the present moment on you. So we don't feel weak. We're just going to destroy the threat. You are the threat. So to kick you out of the home, we be by ourselves. To kick you out of our mind, to kick you out of our mushy center, if we ever let you in, we are safe. We don't have to open up. Nothing. And then this is where I'm just going to manipulate the situation to keep you in my life. And it's not going to be a authentic, true relationship. It's just fantasy land. It's, it's lame. Anyway, so you can't grow without vulnerability with another. You learn nothing by yourself. You can have some, inner growth, learn self-love, learn how to, sometimes you need to have that alone time just to read, enjoy doing things by yourself, so you don't need another person when, meaning you don't need another person if they're treating you like garbage. You're not going to stay and be all needy and everything, that you have to have this person in your life and you're going to deal with abuse and everything like that. You want to have an equal type of need to, you're each other's strength, not you're, tearing each other down just so the other one can, get ahead and take off or whatever. That didn't hurt. Don't worry. Okay. Why people believe being alone equals peace. But how can you be in peace without love and true connection? I see all over the internet, it's so funny. I'll watch all these videos and stuff of men and women, that I don't need nobody. I just need my dogs. Or, people have friends. That's other people. I'm not saying that you need to have somebody that you have to fuck and everything, but, having other people, connections, being able to connect with love and light, compassion, lift people up, bring them with you, into the light, things like that. This is supposed to be what's bringing you joy and happiness and things like that. Now, I know that this is true because when I do help other people, I do feel great for that moment. Unfortunately, my brain can't hold on to these feelings. I am hoping that that is not something that happens with you, that you can hold on to good feelings and ride that wave for long periods of time, and bring you joy, But it's better to be alone than to be with a toxic person. So let's not get that fucking confused, right? It's better to hang out with Mr. Chicken than with somebody, tearing you down, treating you like shit, or making, you feel like you don't exist. Then we get into the avoidance shit. But anyways, yeah, with avoidance, I was talking to somebody, being avoidant, you do not feel like you have enough alone time, okay, being an avoidant. But me, when I was married and being an avoidant, for a couple years there, I had to force myself into the new habit of doing things with the family, with my husband, and creating a new type of togetherness, and it wasn't awful at all. And we got along so much better. And the family was so much more happier. We started having dinner together, spending time doing, even if it's chores, but doing them together, building things together, whatever, because otherwise, me doing my own hobbies, which is cool and everything, and it's making me happy and stuff, but isolating my partner because that's all I'm fucking doing, that's not bonding with your partner, right? So it's balance, having balance in your relationship where you have time to do your stuff, time together, and actually doing things together. And whatever. So, side note on that. All right. So, where am I? Okay. So, then to detach. I did say in the beginning of attachment, I think I said give up hope. That's supposed to be in this part. But anyway, so you want to give up hope. You want to accept what is happening, giving up hope, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you did not understand was going on, that you could not protect yourself because you were fucking conned into a relationship with somebody with a mental health issue that could have been very unaware or aware that they're difficult, but they do not know why they're difficult, or somebody who knew that they could not bond and they had to manipulate the relationship just to keep you in there. So you were valued for something. You were grade A supply for some fucking thing. And they had to manipulate you to stay because they knew that you would not stay otherwise. All right? That they're empty, nothing inside, and they're just all over the place. And, you know, I have said this, and other people have said this too, that they were perfect for you. They were your perfect person. Not meaning unflawed, they were perfectly flawed for you. And it's because they were your home. Okay? I get it. I'm not shitting on you for that. You know, this is why it's so fucking hard to detach. Especially if they were good and loving to you for, you know, let's say over 50% of the time. Okay? The refrigerator's coming to say hello. All right. So, and then if you are able, this is going to help you out too. If you are able to, over time, forgive them for their mental health disorder, okay, for their mental illness. Their brain is not like yours. So the way that they see danger everywhere. And unfortunately, you are part of that danger. So they're going to harm you. The monster that was protecting them when they were young, okay, it's our buddy, it's our protector, our friend. And it's very difficult to get rid of something that kept us safe for so long. For you, are you going to keep me safe? People can't keep you safe. You have to learn how to regulate your own shit, learn about yourself. And even with all that work, I still have my fucking buddy hanging around that's protecting me from things. You know, there's stuff that's just ingrained in my fucking DNA. And, you know, it's like, you can fucking take off anytime you want. You can be a toxic shit and do something that I need to take off. And you want me to get rid of my buddy that's been there forever for you? No, that's not happening. Anyways, learning to embrace your shadow and stuff. I'm going to start working on that too. So I can embrace my shadow and still have some type of relationship. I'm hoping. I'm always trying to find the cheat codes, right? All right. Moving on. Then in the end, while you're going through this process, you do want to build a new life for yourself. This person was your everyday. This person you were checking in with. This person, whether you both needed that or they were, you know, isolating you where you only had them, you know, now you have nothing, okay? So you have to rebuild your friendships. You need to reconnect with your family and everything. Gaining new knowledge, understanding everything that happened. That's number one. Then having new positive feelings, love and care for yourself because you do feel empty. You do feel like a defective, which you are not, but you know, you feel depleted, like I'm unlovable and all that fucking bullshit. So you have to rebuild and be like, no, I'm not broken. I'm fucking whole. I just forgot who I was. And I'm going to build myself back stronger because now I'm going to have the tools where I'm going to make sure that I have boundaries. And I'm not going to get fucked over. I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm going to feed my intuition so it's nice and healthy. And I'm not going to be like wearing rose-colored contact lenses to where they never come out. Okay? All right. Then I know some people will not understand this. This has worked for me. You pray and set them, you send them love and light and set them free. Okay? You just, on a higher level, your consciousness, you're connected to everyone on everywhere. they say. So, you know, sending them love and light, and I'm sorry that this didn't work out. Kiss their inner child, give them a little gift, and watch them walk away with a happy face. You may want to beat up the adult, but they're a child, okay? So the child is the one that you love. The child is the one that you wanted to save. So tell them that, I'm sorry, I could not do it, and send them off. And I promise you are going to feel lighter, okay? You will get there. A lot of people are like, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's like, all right, well then stay detached or attached. Stay attached. Still, you know, it's like hate. What? Drinking the poison and hoping you kill somebody else? You're just hurting yourself. Okay? Aren't we supposed to be raising the vibration on Earth and not be keeping at a low level? Believe me, the higher ups, they want to keep us feeling like shit. All right? So let's tell them to fuck off. All right? All right. And then number 3, action. You do want to create new experiences for your life. Try not to do the same things that you used to do with your ex. Do new things. Okay? Do new things. Sometimes people move away. Sometimes people, you know, they, instead of going to the same grocery store that you always went to, you go to a new one. You know, take a different route home that you used to, you know, something. Change up your routine. All right? You used to do something like go for walks with your partner, a certain route, take a different route. Change gyms. You know, you're creating a new life for yourself. Anyways, this isn't a quick fix. This takes time. And hopefully I wasn't all over the place like I always am. And you will, you know, get something out of it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.